Bobby Shoemaker, Andrew Calvano, Tournament Talk, Tournament Edge for Saturday, December 3rd. It's Gulfstream Park, Race 9, Andrew. It's the Claiming Crown Day. Just a big day of stakes races all around. This is a very salty race. It's the Claiming Crown Tiara Emerald, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Going on the turf, mile and 16, field of 14. Daddy's Boo, the 12 horse, is your 3-1 morning line favorite. Andrew, this is very similar to my stance in Gulfstream Park Race 9. I'm not going to deny or dispute the fact that the 12 may have more talent than anyone in this field, might have a class edge. But I saw a lot of horses to the inside of this 12 wanting the lead. And this turf course is very unforgiving when it comes to wide posts because that first turn comes very early after the break. I just can't play this horse, and I think this horse is going to be bet below the 3-1 morning line.
Yeah, without a doubt. And these Larry Rivelli shippers, they come in hot, and they're always respected here at Gulfstream Park. So I believe this one, is going to sit right around that 3-1, 5-2 range. Nothing less than that, but still, to me, a definite beatable favorite in, once again, what we see a 14-horse field. No doubt that this one, like you said, Bob, has been running consistently and against talent. I'm not sure what's up with the Indiana Grand Race. I'm not sure how credible, their buyer system is. I hear a lot of differences. But, there's 2 races at Churchill Downs and Kentucky Downs within the last 2 months. Obviously, make it very competitive here. But I saw this as a mad dash.
Me too.
For the front end. So definitely not going to want anything that's on the lead, especially if it has to break from so far out at such an intricate turf course. So I'm going to have to find a horse in this race that's going to be coming off the pace, and that's going to be number 7, Merady, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, second off the layoff, second off the clean for Lacey Gaudet, who has been having a tremendous Mid-Atlantic circuit in the last couple months. She ships this one down here with confidence off a $25,000 claim at Saratoga. Originally trained by Graham Motion and Team Valor. Those are connections that obviously have a lot of faith in their horses. So it's nice to see this one back in a spot where this one can rightfully race in a competitive group amongst similar types here. So I think that this one's going to sit that mid-pack trip, going to be covered early. I always say that Jose Lezcano is one of the best value jockeys when going long on the turf course, and I don't really play him that often. But if I see Lezcano going along on the turf in a horse like this that can make that wide sweeping run, I'm going to be on him here. I honestly think we can get a little drift up the price in here. I think this Leparoux and Mike Maker horse is going to take some money as well. I'm thinking 15-1 on this one, hopefully. 10-1 to 15-1 is where I see the horse, and that's who I'm going to be on, number 7, Merriby.
All right, before I give you my top selection, let's talk about the pace, because pace always makes the race, but especially in turf races. Not only do I think the 12 wants to lead, and here's why I really was a hard play against the 12. The 2-horse, Kasuga. This horse has been in sprint races, last time out, going long for the first time on the turf, and look how fast those fractions were up at Woodbine. Now switches Barnes, goes to Tyler Gaffleon, who might be the most consistent jockey at Gulfstream Park year-round. This horse is going to be a thorn in the 12 horse's side. I also thought that the 4-horse Royal Jewelry had the capability of running some fast races as well. Your thoughts on this pace? You said mad dash. Give the viewers out there the horses that you think are going to be on the front. For me, certainly the 2, certainly the 12, and maybe even the 4.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I definitely saw a couple of other horses. I have a stable horse in this race, and that's a Lucky Strike Del Coco, the 1 horse for Derek Ryan and Antonio Gallardo, who's been riding lights out up at the New York circuit. I think this one, drawing so far inside, is definitely going to have to show speed, which is okay because this one has definitely done so in the past. And then I took a quick, because I wanted to play that horse. Once I see the stable horses, I have to take a quick look. But I looked at this horse immediate outside, like you said, Kasuga. This horse may be the quickest horse in the race.
Right.
If they let this horse go, I mean, we maybe see some crazy fractions. Right. Kasuga wants the lead. Like you said, Paco Lopez, another aggressive rider, switching from the synthetic off the layoff back onto the turf. We're showing speed there. The 6, Lobelia, has a lot of early tactical speed. Maybe we see her on the front, maybe we don't. But either way, I think she'll be pressing, which could even heat things up a little bit more. Temple Fur, another horse with early speed. Not sure what Leparoux wants to do with this 10 horse. And then you get back into the 12, Daddy's Boo. and number 14, Storm and Charlotte, who may just make a wide triple cross and try to get the lead early. Point I'm making is you obviously have your obvious pace setters that you and I, Bobby, both agree with here. Like I said, of the horses you mentioned, I'll just throw the one in there, and then obviously you have a lot of different other factors that can make up for this race. But I see it as a mad dash, simple as that. So I wouldn't want anything on the front end.
What are your thoughts about a horse that I took a very long look at and will certainly not include in my pick 4 tickets, and that's the 9-horse Defying Gravity. This horse is going to set a tremendous trip if you and I are right about the pace scenario. It's something about Luis Saez on this turf course down at Gulfstream Park on days like this, Andrew. He just seems to rise to the occasion, and this horse doesn't have to go anywhere. He's been at Gulfstream Park basically the entire year, and you look at the September 18th race, you look at August 24th, you look at July 29th. It's not that the horse is winning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the fact that how fast this horse is running. 109, 110, 110 time form US speed figures. And she's doing it from off the pace. I almost pulled the trigger on this horse. I went elsewhere. I'll tell you why in a little bit. No way am I letting the 9 beat me. This horse is a big player. Your thoughts on the 9 Defying Gravity?
Yeah, I'm also going to include this one as well. Second off the layoff. I think that last time out at Gulfstream Park West was just a prep race for this. I don't think that 7.5 furlong race really meant much. I think this was a spot on the calendar to keep this one's 6-win 2016 streak alive. So definitely think we're going to see a much better horse than we did last time out, who was driving 3 wide with a solid finish. Watch the replay. The horse did win the gallop out. I take that into a big consideration, especially in the stretch out a type like this. I think this one's a major player, 12-1. Sprinter route, 20% on the trainer here. I had this one at 8-1 morning line. And I think I may have been a little biased, trying to play my 7 at a higher price. But either way, I think this is the price that you have to include coming off the pace, like you said, Bob.
I want to ask you about the 13, Seeking Treasure. Another horse that I couldn't quite figure out. Obviously, I don't think the horse can get the lead. Has been close to the lead in previous races, but that 13 hole is such a killer. I think Corey Lannery is going to have to take back on this horse, and his strength is closing. I'll tell you, the guys... the clock in this guy's head is just second to none in some occasions, Andrew, especially going long on the turf. I think this horse is not without a look, but I want your thoughts on the 13, Seeking Treasure.
Yeah, without a doubt. And this horse is actually returning from this race last year, where she finished 5th behind Quiet Kitten. Not too many wins. Actually, only 1 win since that day there, but. This one has been running against Grade 3 company and some big overnight stakes in the Midwest. When I first looked at this horse, I thought that should the race completely fall apart, this horse comes out of nowhere at a huge price. Right. So I think from that perspective, this is another horse I want to try to box along with my 7s and just play a trifecta here. I don't know if I'll probably play the pick 4 as well. We'll see what the budget looks like if I can include this one, but I think this one succeeds the most if this race is an absolute fall apart. If Kasuga gets out, sets some crazy fractions by herself, maybe this is the horse you see closing it all. But I think this one's definitely going to benefit from a complete meltdown.
Well, Andrew, I'll be honest. I like the same horse you do here, and this is probably my strongest play of the 4 races that we're going to cover for Saturday, December 3rd. And that's a 7 Marabia. For a lot of the same reasons that you mentioned, Lacey Gaudette has really solidified herself as a very good trainer. And obviously, comparing her to Linda Rice at this point might be getting a little ahead of myself, but I have a lot of respect for her. And I'll put it to you that way, whether it's dirt or turf. I started looking at her numbers and what she's been able to do in Maryland, and it's been superb. And I think a prime example of what she's been able to accomplish is with the 7 horse. I mean, typically when you leave a barn like Grand Motion, you expect a letdown. That was far from the case. This horse first off the claim at Laurel on November 6th, going a mile and 16th in a $50,000 starter allowance race, which in my opinion, that time of year is better than anything at Gulfstream Park at that point. She wins the race and gets a 107 time form US speed figure. Does it from about 5 1/4 lengths off a pace. That was 3 ticks better than what this horse has ever run, and 7 ticks better than what the horse ran her last time out for Grand Motion. Second off the claim, gets a ton of pace, Lescano is a long shot rider on the lawn, if that's what you're looking for. We're in agreement on the pace. We're in agreement on the horse. Let's get this horse home. It's a very tough race. We're going to spread in our exotics. But I think the 7 is the play.
Yeah, without a doubt. And, like you said, obviously when you get claim from these barns, like, the Pletcher barns, the Chad Brown barns, and even the Grand Motion barn, who at that time of year, so that early September, was still very hot. And he still continued to heating up. Obviously, it doesn't necessarily flatter the situation now, but still, when you go from those hot barns and, you go from a circuit like Saratoga and then you come back to a Laurel-type setting, which is obviously a little rank underneath, but then you win and throw the best performance you ever had, better than any grade 2 race you've ever ran, any optional 80 you've ever run, any overnight stakes or anything you've ever run in Europe. I mean, I think that just speaks volumes. So I like the immediate shift down here. You get Jose Lescano, one who's familiar with the course, and is familiar with the routing of the long turf for the long shot. I feel like he's going to be very comfortable under this horse and is going to read the form just like reading it. And I think we're going to have a winner here at a huge, huge price.
Andrew's on the 7 Marabia. Bobby Shoemaker, we're on the 7 Marabia together here on Tournament Talk for Gulfstream Park Race 9. It's the Tierra Emerald. Andrew Calvano, Bobby Shoemaker, good luck.
Good luck, guys.